I've always been interested in politics. Started reading Che Guevara, Ho Chi Minh when I was about 12 years old. Really, communism seems like a just way.
So, Mark, have you ever heard anything like this said with a southern accent?
Well, I've heard a lot of things said with this accent before. Not like this, though. Not like this. This was
Yeah, today is
extreme.
a very special episode of our show. We're going to talk about a very cautionary tale for every single Russia sympathizer in America, especially. We're going to tell you the sad and somehow funny tale of Russell Bentley, aka Texas. That's his call sign. Anyway,
Bentley is his real name.
yeah, Bentley is his surname. Actually, his real name fully is Russell Bonner Bentley III. So he's real business. Anyway, why are we talking about this beautiful man today? Because he had a very fascinating life, and spoiler alert, he had, because he actually died. Actually, was killed. We're going to talk about it later. But nevertheless, this guy was born in the 1960s in Austin, Texas. He grew up there. He attended high school there, and then he went to the military. All was good. And then in 1990s, he moved to Minneapolis, where he was actually taking part in elections. He was a part of a grassroots party, like a third party, and he actually ran as a U.S. Senate third party candidate and got like 1.65% votes.
He
And
wanted to
he was
legalize weed.
yeah, he was pro marijuana, pro legalization guy and everything. But then the police raided his house. He got arrested. He got a prison term. He actually escaped prison, was a fugitive for a while. Then he was recaptured by the police. He was sent to the Supermax prison. And after he was released, he did something that on this show we like to call Russian dream. Not like an American dream, but Russian dream. In 2014, he went to Donetsk People's Republic to serve in the military because he decided he's now a communist. So he was
Yeah,
married to this woman. Yeah, it's very important. Who was a yoga instructor, and when he was young, he visited Cuba and decided he was communist in Texas, all with all that shebang going on. And so he joined the military, the force of the so-called Donetsk People's Republic, and lived there ever since.
Yeah, if you don't know, the Donetsk People's Republic is it some kind of a, I don't know,
A monopoly
occupational
country with
force of
monopoly
Russia.
with monopoly money.
Yeah. So it's not real country, republic, or whatever. It's a Russian occupied territory with people with people ruling instated by Russia. Like all of them are just under Russian control, etc., etc. But in some form, it's kind of its own place with its own.
It's like a
rules, and
fairyland.
it's a Russian Disneyland. Yeah, it's like
It's
with
really
its own Mickey Mouse and
and then
yeah,
Texas with its own Texas. You
yeah,
expect
and Snow White, and except they're all dead now.
Yeah, so the thing is, why the reason we're talking about this is because something you need to know before the first war, the invasion 2014, and especially now. I mean, Donetsk used to be pretty rad. It's a big city full of rich people. It was developing rapidly.
Beyonce did a concert there.
Beyonce had a concert in Donetsk, right? And then after the war began, obviously all went to hell, and they had their own currency for. I mean, it's insane. It's stupid. So this stupid fucking guy went there. He actually apparently took part in the siege of Donetsk airport, a very important date in Russian-Ukraine war since 2014.
A military soldier. I still serve at the front. I was at the Donetsk airport about 3 weeks ago. I'm also a soldier in the information war, and I'm also a soldier in the economic war.
So he was a militant there, but then he obviously turned into a blogger, and he sort of became this poster boy for Russian propaganda. Like, we love, this is our American, our real American. His call sign is Texas, and his surname is Bentley, and he's wearing a cowboy hat, but with hammer and sickle. So, a great friend of Russian propaganda machine. The reason why he actually enjoyed himself very much is because, as he himself stated in one of the interviews, when he was asked why doesn't he fight Nazis in his own country. And yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you, the reason he went to Donetsk is because he thought that everybody in America was a fascist, including back then President Obama, who this guy vehemently opposed. So he
Sounds
said,
legend.
yes, sounds, yeah. So Obama is a fascist, and this guy from Texas is a
Who's going
communist.
to
Yeah.
occupy part of another country.
Yes, to fight some people he doesn't know, who did nothing to him.
Works perfectly. Yeah.
Logic is sound as hell. Anyway, so he actually admits that, if I were to fight fascists in America, I would be a freak. But here I'm,
So why not fight Nazis there instead of coming here to fight other people's Nazis?
Well, Nazis are Nazis wherever they are, and if I fought them in the United States, I probably would have been fighting by myself. They would have said, "Oh, some crazy guy,"
And it's true, he was a hero in a way. He married this woman, and he had a beautiful dream, Mark. He had a beautiful dream. He wanted to open a Mexican restaurant in Donetsk.
It's a good idea actually. I mean,
In
not
what
the
world
worst.
is this? You don't go to open a Mexican restaurant in Texas if you want.
Nah, I mean-
what the fuck is this?
Who needs Mexican restaurant and another Mexican restaurant in
Yeah,
in
right.
Texas?
When you can have the only restaurant. Yeah.
Imagine a Mexican restaurant, like imagine the Fallout setting, post-apocalypse, warlords everywhere, etc., etc.
So like right now in occupied territories.
Exactly, yeah, and then you have this beautiful Mexican restaurant
With a burrito.
Yeah, and your wife Ludmila
Yeah, Ludmila Bentley.
Ludmila Bentley fries burritos in oil, and it sounds
Fries
sounds
burritos
great.
in oil. Mark, what do you think Mexican cuisine is? What the fuck? You know nothing.
It's like it has been Tex-Mex, right? It will be Don Mex.
Don Max. Yeah, they have Don Mac. They repurposed the old McDonald's that were there and now it would be Don Max. Okay, that's funny. Nevertheless, so what happened? Why are we talking about Russell Bonner Bentley III, aka Texas today? Is because one day, approximately 2 weeks ago, there were reports stated that he disappeared. His wife got distraught. His friends were looking for him, so he disappeared. And then there were reports saying that he was kidnapped by some people in uniforms, but nobody could find him.
Who are those people?
Who were those people in military uniforms in the Russian occupied territory? None other but the 5th Tank Brigade of Russian armed forces, namely from Buryatia, who mistakenly took him for an American spy because he was an American person walking in occupied Donetsk, wearing a cowboy hat, speaking with American accent, apparently making a
Very
report on
funny
some...
accent. He's
Yeah, with a
speaking
very
Russian
funny...
with a very, very, very funny accent.
Yeah, so he was walking around like that, wearing a cowboy hat, reporting, apparently filming a video about some Ukrainian strike or something. And so they detained him, did some pretty distasteful things of them, according to rumors. We don't know that for sure.
Yeah,
Alleged.
yeah. Probably
And he-
rape him.
most
but
likely.
That's what they do. That's
Yeah, that's what they do.
Russian
They did that
military.
everywhere. Yeah. And so he was gone for a couple of days, and his friends were writing these like sad videos recording for Shoigu, please find our guy. They didn't go to local police, no, because they know that local police is worthless. Again, it's a monopoly police. It's not real. It's not a real country. It's a made up crap full of thugs and actual war criminals who don't give a shit and not gonna look for your friend, even if he's позывной Техас, whatever. Like, nobody cares. So what happened was they were looking for him, and then they discovered that he was dead in a couple of more days. And you know what happened next? Nobody gave a fuck. That's what happened next. Because what happened was some of his friends, even Margarita Simonyan, the spokesperson of Russian propaganda, said something. She was trying to like allude and like imply that he may have died in combat. But no, he did not die in combat. He was murdered by his brother in arms. And even they were scared shitless to report that as it was. I mean,
Yeah,
this guy was not
he's
fighting in some like weird ass battalion.
yeah, he's France. His own commander and leader of Battalion Vostok, Alexander Khodorkovsky, deleted his post about him.
Yes.
I mean, like they just like, oh, that guy is inconvenience, or like Russian military killed him, and now we have to like
Yeah.
Nah.
The reason, because Khodorkovsky was actually quote unquote promoted from a commander of Vostok Battalion to deputy commander of the Rosgvardia headquarters in Donetsk. So he's a big boy now. And he actually, in his post himself, blamed the people who killed him. And he named them, and then he had deleted the post because apparently his position in the Rosgvardia is far more important to him than the person who earnestly, honestly, in his heart of hearts, believed that he was helping the people of Novorossiya, DNR, and other made-up crap. He believed it. He was there not for cash because he apparently didn't have much. He wasn't there for anything else. He gave up his life in America. I mean, obviously, being a convict is difficult in America, but still better than living in an occupied fascist country. And yeah, by the way, he was completely confused about what fascism is, Nazi. I mean, it's a garbage guy in his head, but
Yeah,
nobody
like
gave a
Russians,
shit.
There's no, in Russian propaganda. They don't have any like ideology. Who's Nazi? Who's fascist? Who's communist? Where we are? Who we are? Christians, LGBT, or like whatever. So, he went to this war torn country. He went to the deepest hole in the world to become something, and it's this is the Russian dream. This is like Donetsk People's Republic. This is the Russian dream. Most of people who got popular there, who got some leadership positions, I don't know, presidents of this shit, prime ministers or whatever, those are all losers, all of them. Like car washers, Ponzi scheme managers, also
For hire Santa Clauses. Pavel Hubary, who was like one of the leaders of the Donetsk People's Republic back in the day, he was like a Santa Claus for hire.
those people weren't even like they didn't even have good jobs in Russian I don't know, in Russian military or in Russian police. No, those are like
They weren't
people
politicians. They were just wannabe idiots.
from under the bottom, the craziest, the stupidest motherfuckers without any kind of decency or moral or whatever, and that was the way you could come there and become a star, like become a leader or whatever for a couple of years before you get killed.
Yeah. And then this is how people make their careers. For instance, Graham Phillips, he pretended to be a journalist for a while. He was a nobody, and he came to Donetsk and he became a British journalist. He
Found himself underage girlfriend. That's
this is like like we have American dream and we have Russian dream. This is what it is. And so the reason, like, this guy could be like a character in a video game. In all honesty, it's like a Far Cry. I don't know, like, it's stupid. He looks like a meme. But this is what all these people are. Unfortunately, it's real life consequences. They kill people, they promote violence, they promote occupation, they promote Russian fascism, but they are all made up, non-existent characters that you couldn't even fathom. If in my own imagining, like, I couldn't come up with a character like this.
No, absolutely, yeah. But you know what? You know what's the saddest part about it? You spent there like how much? 10 years. 10 years, and he didn't manage to open this Mexican restaurant. If he did, it would be worth Don Max. Yeah,
Never
if
happened.
he did, it would be worth a book. And now it's just worth a Ukrainian on the television podcast episode.
Yeah, just a video. Yeah, so this is the reason why we're telling you this. And again, the audacity. This fucking guy, he said he would never go back to the States because obviously he would be incarcerated immediately because he was fighting for. He's against the law. But then in his mind, he thought that he was going to fight Nazis and fascists in his own country. after he deoccupied and got back Ukraine and then Europe, and then he said he would gladly ride into America on a tank.
After we liberate Ukraine, maybe we'll liberate Europe, and then we'll head west from there.
So you want to come to the U.S. on the back of an armored vehicle?
Yeah.
Which I find ridiculous and
But
delusional.
ambitious.
Just Delulu plus all over the place. The point is, this is what you get. This is what you get when you feel sympathetic to these people. You may be the most loyal, have no kind of like this underlying will to make money off of the war or something. You're not a warlord. But they're gonna just murder you and not give a shit. Ever. And nobody's ever going to help you because this isn't a real thing. It's not backed by ideology. It's not backed by anything real. It's just a bunch of thugs, opportunistic thugs, playing war and not understanding the real consequences where they get themselves
they will
into.
tell you whatever you want to hear. You're a communist? Well, we're communists here. Come over.
And they're not even
You're
fucking
Christian.
communists. They're wearing
They're
the
not.
stupid communist paraphernalia everywhere. I'm gonna show you the clip here of his friend giving a commentary. This fucking guy wears hammers and sickles all over the place. Looks like some fucking crazy guy from World War II. They're actually like role playing. They're not even. This is crazy. It's a crazy house.
Мы считаем, что то, что сейчас происходит, это фактически идет какая-то перекройка мирового порядка.
And they're all playing both communist Russia and Tsarist Russia, which actually, like,
Yeah,
not.
it's insane.
It's like being. I mean, now doesn't matter. They will tell you anything you want to hear. If you're a Christian, they will tell you they're Christians and they're protecting Christianity. If you're a communist, they will be communists for you. And those who are against them, they will be fascists, or they will be gay people, or they will be, I don't know, whatever you want. And this is kind of a like people, the sponge person who just got everything absorbed into him. All the propaganda, all the Tucker Carlsons of this world have like generated like.
He is a juice concentrate made out of flies spewed by the if Tucker Carlson was oozing goo and then you take that goo and you put it in a frying pan and make it like a condensate and stuff, this is what they make Russell Bentleys off. Like this this is like a creation myth. This is like, God created Adam.
I mean,
yeah, it's insane. So guys, if you feel like you're a communist, if you're that stupid that you believe you're a communist, nevertheless, the point is, if you have these strong beliefs that you identify yourself with the so-called people, the so-called Donetsk People Republic, do us a favor, stay home and think your stupid thoughts. Don't go there. Don't fight their fights because you're just gonna die. You're gonna be raped and killed by a bunch of burats who don't give a crap because this is just plainly stupid.
And no one likes traitors.
Yeah.
Even Russians, they don't respect that. They don't respect traitors, and traitors get what they deserve everywhere. So yeah, try to find common sense with your folk, and don't do
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Exactly.
And
also,
say,
and also, yeah.
Subscribe to this channel.
Ukrainian channel.
Subscribe to Ukrainian Toronto Television. Like, share, comment your thoughts. Send us more freaks like that. We'll gladly look into their lives. And in the words of a late commander, Russell Bonner Bentley III, aka Texas, yeehaw.
Fuck.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.